Hey guys, Steve here. Now this is the 5 card submission I sent to PSA around about last month. I graded them at the $150 tier and there were some upcharges and things took a while, and one of the upcharges I just didn't agree with and PSA wasn't willing to work. They said it was worth a lot more and sent the card back raw, so that's fine. So we got 4 cards graded and 1 card not graded. So we'll start off with this one. We got a PSA 4 Unicarp, and I think I put this as estimated grade of 5. Now I know it has this blue stain across the front. I don't think that contributes. I think the main reason it got a 4 is because the card just got a bend size dent thing. You can see the way the light goes on it. It's just around there. I think a 4 maybe a little bit too harsh, but it is a rare card. They don't want to be too crazy. 4 and a 5 in this card doesn't change the price that much. But overall, eye appeal of this card's really nice because it just looks good. Very little like damage or edge wear, I guess, but it's just the crease, so it really takes it down. I'm happy with the 4. They charged me $300 to grade this. I submitted it at $150, probably a little bit too low. They charged me $300, so not a big deal. The next one is the Victory Ring Pikachu. We got a 7. Now I did estimate this to get either a 7 or an 8. I can't really remember. I think a 7 or 8. I can't remember if I put the orb as the 8 or the ring as the 8. But yeah, this was either a 7 or 8. That's fine. You don't really know how they grade the, the fading the card has, but I think just has a little bit of a tiny indent at the top. Now this video will be like a little bit of a for sale video too, because I do plan to sell these. But yeah, overall, not too bad condition. It's just sun faded, great looking card. I think sun fading on this card in particular doesn't mean that much. Like the cheeks go a little bit orange, but everything else kind of looks pretty similar. It's a little bit more gray on the trainer card itself, but overall, pretty good condition. Tiny bit of edge wear left and right. I guess you kind of get that with the cards that get the shields, but I'm happy with a 7 near mint on that card. It's a trophy card. It's amazing. And this one is the one that surprised me the most. The computer error. Now I estimated this to be a 4. It is quite bad condition, to be honest. It has a lot of scratches on the front. It has, you can see the surface dent at the top. And I've had this card for a while. I don't know where it is, but there's another bend somewhere around the card. There's just dents on the front, you can see. Now 5, I think grading reasonably, this card should get a 4 or a 5. I don't think it's that much different. And then right here is a little bit of a dent, but I think this is in significantly worse condition than the Unicarp. Unicarp has much less like scratching all over the front, but it just is what it is. I think they just thought that bend was just not really worth it. So bit of edge wear around the back here and just scratches and little things. But yeah, great card to have. Computer error, KMX Mega Battle, one of the first tournaments. So it's pretty awesome. This is also another one that's quite surprising. I think the Victory Orb was in a little bit worse condition than the ring, to be honest. But I got a PSA 9 Victory Orb. And honestly, that's amazing. Like honestly, a PSA 9 trophy card is crazy. This is like the 4th trophy I bought. I do have one that is in better condition, but like it can only go like one condition better. Just has a little bit of edge at the top there. That's just why I got the 9. Not a 10, I guess, but I thought that was worse than the ring, but obviously the sun fading made her play a little bit into it. Don't really know why. It would be nice to know with the higher tiers you submit if they do give you a little bit of a report why, but that's fine. This one was upcharged to $300 as well. So I was fine with that. PSA 9 Victory Orb. Now this one is the one that kind of stings. I can't pick this up. This is my Tropical Wind. It also graded a 4. I think I estimated this to be a 5 and the Unicarp to be a 6. This being a 5 is not that bad. Or being a 4 wasn't that bad, but they wanted me to pay $600 US to grade this. And if the cards are 4, I really don't see the reason why you would ever pay $600 to grade something like this if it was a 4. I mean, I feel like it doesn't change the price that much. Now I know that it's a 4. I can prove to anyone if I do want to sell this, hey, the grade was a 4, etc. I mean, maybe if people want it cased or something, but I think I'd rather... they still charge me the initial fee, so I still did pay $150 to grade this card, but that's fine. I just didn't want to pay the extra $450 just to get it in a PSA case. Just if it sells for like $6,000-7,000, I have $450 of leeway now. Be like, look, it was a 4. I didn't accept the grade. I can sell if you have $450 less. Whatever. So the buyer, it's just not an extra added cost added to me and the future buyer. So I think a 4 on this is just crazy, to be honest. I mean, it does have this bend here, but the K-Mex is like way, way, way worse. So, and the surface of this isn't terrible. I mean, it's 20 years old. A little bit older, actually. Surface is great. It has great gloss, great shine, decent centering, very little chipping where they usually have a lot. So I'm not really too sure why like a 4, but I guess if the grade was a 5 or higher, I would have accepted the $600, but a 4 is not too great, but that's fine. You know, I'm gonna be honest, I don't grade rare cards that aren't like, what's the word? I don't grade rare cards that regularly. I mainly just do, you know, the more cheaper things. And some cards I have $1,000 or whatever graded, but really rare cards that are actually like quite expensive, I very rarely grade them because I just don't see the reason why. I don't think they deserve $800, $1,200, $1,500, $1,600, $2,000 premiums, and they upcharge you just so they can grade the card when the system is pretty much the same. But overall, 2 grades were higher, 1 grade stayed the same, and then 2 grades were lower. So that's generally what happens in a PSA submission. I do think these 2 should have been higher. They are in much better condition than this one that is also a 5, but I don't make the rules. So thanks for watching. Thanks for following along and being excited to see the grades. And I'll see you next time.